worker placement, area control in the beautiful setting of Japan, Jinja. Coming up.
Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University. This time we are talking about Jinja! Not ninja, but Jinja. Just set in beautiful Japan. We're gonna give you a quick overview and theme overview and what we think of it. So you can see here the beautiful board. Jinja are basically a type of shrines dedicated to house certain things or a divine spirit. So you can see here, I'm gonna bring this up. This is basically what we do in the game. We need to build this all over the map.
Yes, so the game is a worker placement game. There's a whole lot of worker placement spaces all over here, some of them at different player counts. Each of these 7 regions also has one. And fundamentally, the major part of this game is all about constructing deeds. And so at the start of the game, you draft these deed cards around, and these are basically contracts that you're trying to fulfill. And they require different sorts of shrines, which require the different sorts of structure resources that are in here. So I'm not sure what all of these are called, but you've got little red stick ones and little statue ones here. So a variety of these. And
it's actually start like that, yeah.
Yeah. And the major part of this game is about fulfilling all of these contracts. And then when you do, when you have the resources that you need to, you have to take an action to fulfill it as well. And you would hand in those structures and then build one of your shrines on the matching location. And that opens up extra income. So all of these cards have income on them. The regions have these incomes in the form of lanterns. And that will build you up over the course of only 5 rounds.
Or 5 seasons.
Yeah, so you feel like you're not achieving very much. You'll probably only get 4 or 5 of these out through the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that you're building earlier then helping you build them later.
The engine, yeah.
Yes. So there's, each round you've only got 3 meeples to play with.
For a...
Oh, sorry.
4 3-player games?
Yes, my mistake. We played at 4 players.
Yeah.
You got up to 5. It depends on the player count. And you'll go onto one of these spaces and do the action that's there. And a lot of it is about gaining resources. So you can go onto a territory to gain the resources that have been placed on there.
Or building.
Yep. Or you can go here and get the resources from a location. You can buy resources at 2 coins each. So there's coins that you'll be collecting through the game.
Only if you go there, yeah.
Yep. So you can buy resources of your choice. You can buy random resources or random structures. And so
pay money,
there's a big element of randomness in the game where you've got this bag of resources. There's a die, so you can go here and roll to see what structures you get. And then there's also actions that let you fulfill your deeds, get more deeds, upgrade these lanterns, which are part of the income for having your structures on certain locations. And particularly valuable towards the end of the game, if you've got a good money engine, there are some actions here that let you just spend money for points. There are events which will happen at the start of each round that mixes something up for the round. And there is also objectives you're trying to score. And so scoring in this game, you'll want to be trying to complete the objectives that you've got on your objective cards. You'll want to be controlling majorities in the different regions because each region or each grouped pair of regions is going to be worth up to 8 points.
Yep. If
you hold the majority.
This part and that one.
Yep. And then leftover resources and the shrines themselves are worth points and so on. So that's fundamentally the game. You play it over 5 rounds and it's going to feel slow at the start, but you'll end up getting a lot of these onto the board by the end of the game, and whoever gets the most points will win.
So that's basically essentially the game. I think, can I say it first or you? Yeah. 1, 2, 3 now. I go first. Okay. So nothing actually is new here. So this is originally or went to Kickstarter, but then it was actually stopped kind of like in the midway, and WizKids actually took over. So they came out as, I think, retail. I might be wrong. Probably retail. WizKids usually goes to have the games goes to retail. So nothing is actually new. There's worker placement. There's area control part, as Tarrant said earlier. There's also the drafting of the deeds card, and the secret objective cards. You get, I think, 5, and you keep 3 out of it or something. You can get more later. So nothing is actually very new here, but them combining together, it's really tight. Like there's often we play 4 or 5 players. Is that?
We played at 4, I believe.
4 players, yes. It plays up to 5 players. So obviously it scales down as well in different type of meeple. But I feel really tight when putting meeples there and trying to complete as much as objective in my hand by having the right deed with the right area and the right secret objective is really tricky. It's one of those that you probably cannot complete every single one that you want to complete. It's like games like Calico is a different game, it's a tile placement game, but you can't possibly, or you can maybe, I don't know, I haven't actually found that way to complete everything that you want. So you're gonna have to choose. Otherwise, you're gonna end up like my game last time, which was not completing much of anything at all because I was trying to complete a lot of things.
Yep. And you caught up at the end. I forget exactly what you had. You had something that helped you build points towards the end, but there's definitely an engine build element early on, and you can fall behind a bit if you're not keeping pace.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, a game with no catch up is not necessarily a bad game, and it is quick, playing over 5 rounds. So you're not in for a bad 3 hours or anything if it goes wrong. But you can fall behind with limited catch up.
A little bit, but and the resources are drawn at random a lot of the time, but you can also get it non-random, but it's worth cost more. Yeah. So I don't know if I prefer to get exactly what I want, because if you get randomly, you just get the things, you could potentially get the things that you really don't want. But they also, at the start of each season or round, you get to pick one of these resources on the board, which again, I'm pretty sure we play 5 players, and that was really tight for a worker placement. Yeah, because this
one of the sets of houses is still in the bag,
right.
So it's 4.
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 4. Yeah. So I feel like it's really tight. Maybe it should be 4, 5. Oh no, this 5 space opens on the 5th players. Yeah. So yeah, and then the starting resources are different as well. There's this one, which I like. This will let you place your workers on the place where there's already another worker.
Yep. So once-off bonus for being later in turn order.
Yeah, that's handy. I mean, first player in each round rotates as well, so that's okay. What do you think, Tarrant?
Look, I don't think it's a bad game, but I didn't find it to be an exceptionally interesting game.
Yep.
I found a lot of the worker placement actions, particularly early in rounds where people were short on resources. It didn't feel like a very difficult choice.
For me, it's really hard. It's like, oh no, I want, like, every time, like, I want to go there, and then somebody else. Anyways.
For me, most of the game just felt like, where can I get the most resources? And then I do that, and then eventually I spend those resources. And there were times, yes, it was, I really need to build now, and so I've got to give up the chance for some resources. But even then, I didn't find them difficult decisions.
Right.
And, board gaming for me, I'm a Euro gamer, I like my decision space, and so, yeah, I didn't find it to be that challenging from a decision standpoint.
I feel like you probably had a good run or good luck or something, because even this area, right, if you see the board here, these spaces are limited. You can see I've got an objective card that needs me to build in this territory, but yet there are only 3. And that gets full really quickly. I
think we actually all put something, the other 3 of us all put something there in round 1, because we all had the same objective card.
And this one here, this is like part of the games. You can flip this for a better benefit. And I keep flipping it back because I was like, I'm not getting benefit. Why should I give you benefit? So you get that bonus as well if you have a Jinja over there. So I was like, I feel like we probably play quite a different game here.
Yeah. And I mean, there's no doubt there's plenty of randomness in here. There's plenty of spaces where you're drawing resources randomly and hoping they're going to match your card.
Yeah.
That's definitely not for everybody.
Yep.
And it's the biggest piece of advice from a review standpoint of this game. If that doesn't appeal to you, then this is not for you. If you're a heavy Euro gamer, this is not for you. But it's a reasonable light gateway because it's not that complex. You know, these mechanics, objectives, contracts, they're all things that are very gateway.
That's actually
simple
true,
area control and pretty easy sort of decision space.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I can come off negative, but that's just me coming in from a heavy mid to heavy Euro game standpoint. This is light to mid, and it's very, it's unashamedly light to mid. And it does, we did have a pretty reasonable game. There were a few different pathways to getting points. It was pretty close towards the end, which was, it made for an interesting end. But yeah, very light to mid.
Indeed. And this, I was going to say, this deeds card, you will have a few in your hand at a time, and it requires different type of structures. So I guess this is a way where you can try to build whatever you can. But, whether you want to do it like at that, as Tarrant said, Euro heavier complexity Euro gamer, they're probably like, you would want to, I want to build this one the first round, build this one the second round, and that's a little bit tough. So take it lightly. The game is very quick. Again, it's only 5 rounds, and with 4 players, it's like 3 or 4 meeples each or something. It's really
it was only 3 meeples each at 4 players. And maybe that does change things at 2 or 3 as well. If you've got more meeples, this decision area might be tighter. With only 3 meeples, it was a bit clearer what you were trying to do when you didn't yet have the resources to build something.
Okay, that's great. That's fair. So have you played it? Have you heard of it? I do like the theme though. I mean, it's in the it's Japanese theme. It's in Japan Island, and the artwork it's quite cute. It's nothing out of extraordinary, but it's quite cute. It's suited for what it is for. So let us know if you have played it, what you think of it. It is a worker placement game, which a lot of people like. I do enjoy worker placement. Area control is okay, it depends, but this one is okay combined with worker placement. Anything else, Tarrant?
No, that's all from me. It's nice and tactile. It does have these nice big shrine pieces as well, so it's got a good presence.
Indeed. So let us know if you have if you've played anything like this before. Let us know in the comments. We do review videos like this, how to play through, like play through on the weekend and so on. And my short and sweet, I forgot to mention it last time. And short and sweet. And if you find this video useful, please hit that like button. That will be really helpful to us. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. Click the Meeple in the corner, and hit the bell so you get notification if we go live and so on. I'm also on Instagram, so hopefully we'll find each other there for my board games journey. And we will see you next time. Bye!